We are very happy to welcome Mr. Ness Wadia, a leading industrialist from India. Mr. Wadia has been closely associated for over 20 years with the Wadia Group and India conglomerates with a legacy of 284 years. Mr. Wadia currently serves as a managing director of Bombay Burma Trading Company Limited, chairman of National Peroxide Limited. He also serves as a director of board of various Wadia Group's companies such as the Britannia Industries, Bombay Dyeing, Go Air, and Wadia Techno Engineering Services. He is actively involved in the overseeing the award-winning Wadia Hospital in addition to the group educational establishment under the MES Trust. An avid leader, reader, and a sporting enthusiast, Mr. Wadia is also the co-owner of a King 11 Punjab, a prominent cricket team in the Indian Premium League. Welcome, Mr. Wadia. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gurudev.
Uh, how you would like to be called? Ness or Wadia? What they call you at home?
They call me they call me Ness, sir.
Ness, no? Yeah.
So I just want to say, Gurudev, firstly, it is a pleasure and a real privilege to be talking to you live. It is wonderful to be, with you, and thank you for your time and thank you for your grace. Um, I also want to thank everyone at Art of Living for having me on this. And I just want to say that when I was asked to choose the subject, or I was asked to choose a uh, topic of discussion,
Mm-hmm.
um, I sort of asked my PR colleague, I said, "What do you think?" And they gave me a few options, and I did a meditation. And then when I came out of the meditation, I said, "No, I want to talk to Gurudev about love, the common denominator." And this morning, I was speaking to one of your very old colleagues. Um, I'm not going to mention his name because we don't talk about names with you and me. And he mentioned to me that you are doing something at the moment called Narad Bhakti Sutra. And
Aphorisms of love. Yes, aphorisms on love.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's quite coincidental that the topic is love the common denominator, and you're doing this. And I just want to welcome also all the viewers from wherever they're from. It's lovely to um, have everyone on across the world. I've listened to some of your programs in Hindi and English. I think today is going to be mainly English, because मैं बॉम्बे वाला हूँ. Hindi थोड़ा थोड़ा ठीक है, but not very good. But yeah, just I just want to take another minute and say to you that about 10, 12 years ago, I again, through the same common friend, I think you know who I'm talking about, had given me some of your wonderful kriyas, and I was doing the Sudarshan Kriya, um, and did a bit of that. And yeah, I just wanted to also take a minute. And my mother actually came to me a few hours ago, and if it's okay with you, I'd like to read out
Yeah,
uh,
sure, sure.
what
Sure, you can
she.
bring her on the screen too. She's there next to you. You should call her.
She's not here at the moment, but I'll ask her to
Okay.
come.
Yeah.
So she came and gave me a note, and I'll read it for everyone. Love is a universal language. It's what all living creatures and human beings experience. If they are lucky enough when they are born, there are different types of love. The greatest love is always our love of God, and the love that will always bind us to our mothers and fathers. It is built on total trust. As we grow older, we experience different kinds of love: love of our brothers, love of our sisters, friends, and people we fall in love with. Each type of love is different. We love animals, we love our work, and I just thought I would read that to you. I'm blessed to have a lovely mother and father who have given me the most love one could ever imagine as a son, a brother and family. And I think it would be only appropriate to, during these difficult times, talk about love, the common denominator, because I truly do believe, and I practice this, that love can conquer all if only we allow it to, and we believe in that. And so I was ecstatic. I was humbled, actually, very humbled today when I heard from my friend that you were doing the Narad Bhakti Sutra. So, um, how are you? I hope all is well with you,
Ah,
Gurudev.
yeah, very good, very good, very good.
So, what do you think? I mean, you've been talking about the Narad Bhakti Sutra. What do you think about love? And more importantly, what do you think? How can it be applied in today's day and age, especially during these difficult times?
Um, Ness, love is our very nature. It is inside. You cannot avoid love. But what happens? Love gets distorted and gives rise to host of other negative emotions. If you are angry, it is because of love. If you are upset, it is because of love. All the negative trends, jealousy, greed, anger, every one of the, name it, every one of those emotions are just love getting distorted. Do you agree with me? See, you can't get angry if you are not loving perfection. You love perfection, so you get angry at imperfection. Your love for objects becomes more than love for people, then it is called greed. If you love somebody too much and you try to possess them for yourself, then that it gives rise to jealousy. So, the challenge in front of humanity is everybody wants love. They want a love that doesn't lead you into pain, that doesn't bring sufferings, that doesn't stir in all different type of negative emotions. This is what mankind is looking for. Correct?
Correct.
Everyone wants to experience unconditional love and a love that doesn't diminish. So when two people are in love with each other, say, "Will you love me always?" That there is a sense of that wanting to have it for eternity. Nobody wants to say, "Okay, you love me only today, don't love me tomorrow." Nobody says that. If someone is in love, they say, "No, I love you for eternity. I love you to the sky, to the moon." You know, world over, in all the countries and cultures, love is equated with eternity. In Brazil, the most popular song is that verse, I love you as much as the ocean, even ocean cannot contain, and the skies cannot fathom my love for you. This type of songs are there that only indicates the longing for man is to, or woman is to have a love that is long lasting. Like the love for parents that stays most of the time for the whole lifetime, many people, but not to all. There are many people, many who just put their parents in a, old age home, and they just wish them only on their birthdays, you know, because they get caught up in other things in their life. So how can we have such a love which is fresh every day, which is new every day? This is what I'm talking on this Narad Bhakti Sutra. I'm using these sutras to put my thought into that. Uh, so it is knowledge, it is the wisdom in you that can keep the love fresh. But if a person is stressed, a nice, lovely person, very loving personality, but he is stressed, you know what happens. His expression of love would be much, much different. Yeah.
Yeah, Bess, is a common, unfortunately, a very common factor today. Um, you know, the cities, the lifestyles we have, social media takes so much time. Getting on the phone takes so much time. In the olden days, 30, 40 years ago, we received a letter. We went to our post box, and life was quite simple. You had to do a lightning call. You had to wait near the phone for the person to call you the next day. And they
I
tell you
remember
between
those
8 and
days. Yeah, I remember those days.
and I think human beings today have we're not evolved to deal with, in my humble opinion, we're not evolved to deal with all these stresses and pressures. And it's like everything is just kept adding and adding and adding. And you're right. I think somewhere the core of love, which is within each of us, which is the core emotion, love for your family, uh, the emotional love where, will you love me forever? The love for the animals, love for plants. I mean, it's proven that, you talk to plants. People say, oh, people are crazy when they talk to plants. You talk to plants, you give them love, um, love for the universe, for the sun, for the energy we have. We don't appreciate the sun we have, the rain, whatever it is. And I think it's unfortunate that stress, has brought us to forget many things. And I think that's where, all that you've done through yoga, uh, all that you continue to do, all that many yoga institutes do, whether it's Bihar School of Yoga, Swami Niranjan, I'm sure you know of him. Various, yoga is something which is, again, making you look within. And I think that's what we really forget, that to first love, you need to love yourself. And if you truly love yourself,
Correct.
and, Swami Sivananda used a good example once of someone, a thief, came into his Divine Light ashram in Rishikesh. And everyone got scared and they said, Swamiji, there's a thief come, So the thief came in and he just looked at him and he said, yes. And he said, take whatever you want. But whatever you take, I'd like to speak to you first. And he said what he needed to. The thief didn't take anything. And he said, if you look at every human being as God within, whether it is the person you meet on the street who has nothing, whether it's your mother or father, whoever, everyone, God is in everyone. And if we love God, then we have to love everyone. And I think, to me, I've experienced it in many difficult situations where I've proven, even in foreign countries where language was a barrier, that a person who didn't like you or a person who was not the nicest to you, if you keep giving love and love and love, you change them. And love really is as long as you look at it, as long as you look at the glass half full and not half empty, which, as you know, a true yogi does that. And I try very, very hard to do that. As long as you do that, I find it makes life simple, and then you're able to give so much love,
Correct. Yeah.
But tell me, I mean, in terms of how do you think that love could be applied more? Because a lot of people don't have time to think. There's so much anger today in the world, Gurudev. There's so much divide or division. How do you think people, for all our viewers on who are watching us speak, how could they apply love in difficult, call it between religions, call it between caste, call it between creed? I don't want to use any example because I think that would be inappropriate, but how could they use love to benefit, for example, the situation in the US or the situation in other areas of their lives?
Neither at school nor at home we were ever taught how to manage the stress, how to manage negative emotions. See, we were never taught. You are upset, you don't know how to get out of that upset mood. You are angry, you are frustrated. Nobody teaches you how you can get out of the frustration and be your normal self. Correct? When you are normal, when you are happy, you can't but emit positive vibes around you. See, we speak more through our vibes than through the words. Our vibrations convey. So to get rid of stress, we have no education on that. So if people are educated, how to get rid of stress, how to have a broader context to life, how to see things life from a different viewpoint. For example, people are condemned in jail. You throw them in jail and you say they are culprits. You are angry at them. But if you go really talk to them, you get a completely different perspective. Due to some circumstances, situation, people turn, they became what they are, So they got into, because of some situation, some circumstances, lack of understanding, they landed up there. They did whatever they did, and they landed up there. So inside every culprit, there is a victim crying for help. If you can see, identify the victim and heal them, you will see the culprit will disappear. You will feel, you will see that there is very good human being in everyone. So, first of all, we should know how to control our own emotions. Number one. Second is to see beyond our judgment of people. When we stop judging people, then we are open to the unconditional love that we are all. You know, this is the second thing. Third one is to see that there is one divinity manifest in so many different religions, languages, one God, but in many different dresses. When I was in Pakistan, they asked me, I was giving a talk in Lahore University. And then one youth stood up and said, we believe in one God, but you in India believe in so many gods. So how is it compatible? We cannot be compatible. I told him, look, it's only one wheat. From the wheat you make paratha, you make samosa, you make Karachi halwa, you make so many things. Why do you make so many things? Because you love diversity, correct? So we also believe in one God, but the God comes in many uniforms. I said, we also say one God with many names, but many uniforms, many dresses. Um, so that is all the difference. See, it's only one rice. From the rice, you make idli, you make dosa, you make curd rice, you make many different dishes. So its wheat is only one. But from the wheat, you make lacha paratha, you make naan, and then you make different types of roti. Fulka bhi usse banta hai. So they liked it so much. The boy said, "Oh, nobody has told us this before." You know, so that unity of all religions. In interfaith conferences, we keep talking about it many times. Everybody agrees. They say, yeah, whether it is Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Parsi, or if you look at the names in Parsi and look in the Vedas, Zindavesta and the Vedas, so many names are same. Aryama, Aryan. So you find the fire worship in the Parsi religion, same as in Hinduism. Without fire worship, no wedding does cannot happen. So, and if you see same thing in all other religions across the world, you see the commonness. You know, unfortunately, religion has just become an excuse for people to vent out their own frustration, their own stress. If a person is free from stress, they recognize the oneness in everybody, in all the religion castes. Now see what's happening in US. It's very unfortunate. One incident has triggered some old pent up emotions which people have been holding on in their hearts for so long. Now, all those old memories have come back, and of course, some antisocial elements have joined inside this. and then the whole country is burning. So, in all these situations, what is needed is people with wisdom go and make peace. Make people come together, sit together, calm them down first, and see from a bigger picture. See, we are all here for a short period. Life is a short span that we spend on the planet Earth, right? This planet is there from billions of years and will continue. But in the short span we are here, there is not enough time to express our love. Why should we fight so much? When we ask them these questions, immediately, people start realizing you need to give a bigger context to life now. When you tell them, look, see from a broader picture, take life from a broader perspective, and then something happens in an individual. He suddenly, his eyes opens up to a reality which has been there but hiding inside of him or her. You know, here in Bangalore, Ashram, and wherever I go in US or anywhere, so many people come with all these issues, personality clashes, and then marriage issue, boyfriend, girlfriend issues, business issues. But when they see their situation from a bigger perspective, from a different context, with a calm and serene mind, they all get solved by themselves. This is the reason now Art of Living is working with the Supreme Court and then the Delhi High Court and many other courts in the country for mediation cell. We have we are training our teachers to be mediators. They can mediate and reduce the conflicts so that the burden on our courts, which is so huge today, can be minimized.
I think you're definitely right. I think mediation or dialogue, given the right skills to be able to mediate, I think is definitely a bridge to bring people together. Um, I think one of the big issues today is people come with preconceived notions. Um, I have many friends across the world like you. I was in Israel and there was hummus, which was served, this dish made of chickpea. And I said, "Oh, it's hummus. It's a Lebanese dish." No, no, it's founded in Israel. So I said, "Okay, but Middle Eastern dish." No, no, it's an Israeli dish. Now, I have nothing against Israelis or anyone, but just to say that I think that from the way I see it, um, and I think what's happening around the world today is that people have a lot of ego and a lot of emotion. And when that ego and that emotion clash, sometimes it doesn't come together in the right manner. And I think a lot of people who have never practiced meditation or a yogic lifestyle, they say, "Oh, meditation, that's for, uh, it's a bit too soft. It's this and that." They don't want to go deep within. Maybe they're scared. So, do you advise that meditation or a simple 1 minute breathing or Sudarshan Kriya, or how do people overcome this ego of not wanting to try that meditation? Oh, I don't know how to do it. It's I've been told I have to sit still, shut my eyes and meditate. I don't know how to meditate, Ness. And I'm like, listen, I don't know how to meditate either. I just go by the guided meditation. So what would be your thoughts and suggestions for our audience on something like that, Gurudev?
Yes, that is why I'm doing all these guided meditation, because people don't know. They think it's very difficult to meditate. Number one, there are a lot of misconception about meditation. Meditation means, oh, I had to let go my ego, I cannot be myself. This is all nonsense. You can have your ego as much as you want. The meditation does not come in the way. Meditation is a technique which helps your body, your mind. It makes you feel better. It helps you to take a deep rest in many, many ways. Today, there are number of scientific research papers that has been, already published. Even latest, there is a research on how meditation helps the amygdala in the brain to shrink, which is responsible for impulsive and behavior, anger, frustration, and all that. So, scientifically also, when you see through the scientific angle, meditation is very, very useful to you. So today, more than one third of world's population are meditating. More than 2 billion people are meditating. So that is good enough motivation for people to look into it. Second is, as I said, there are so many schools of thought in meditation. Some people say you have to concentrate. Some other schools say it is very difficult to meditate. First, you have to do yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. All these you do, and someday in the future, if you qualify, then you can meditate. So, because of so much confusion existing about meditation, and we have started these guided meditations. And today there are many apps. We have also Art of Living has made an app, and the Art of Living made several apps. One Sattva app is there. The people can download that. It's a guided meditation. You sit, relax, listen to the instruction. There is no effort involved. It's an effortless process. And what does it do? It brings clarity in mind. It brings um, uh, about purity in your heart. Your emotions become much lighter, and all the pent anger, pent up emotions of negativity simply dissipates. They get
In fact,
dissipated.
sorry to interrupt, but I do a lot of meditation. When you have a thought before meditation, again, I use myself as an example. When I have a thought before meditation and I do a meditation, um, it's the total opposite. Uh, just for your knowledge, I do a lot of pranic healing, which is the twin hearts
Mm,
meditation. In fact, we've been like you. We started, I think, 27th. We didn't start on the 23rd, but we started on the 27th to 28th. And again, it's a 21-minute meditation by Master Choa Kok Sui of modern pranic healing. So that's one meditation where we just give love and energy to the world. And again, like you said, there are different schools. Yoga Nidra from Swami
correct.
Satya Saraswati, Bihar School of Yoga is something I do a lot of. And I find, for all our viewers, I find that I would suggest, and I think that's the point you were saying. Sorry to interrupt what you were saying, but I thought it appropriate that the point is that if you just park that thought for a second and you make that, there's no effort in meditation is the second point, and you just park that for that point and you just do a guided meditation, and as you said, 2 billion people do it. I think a lot of people would be able to see the difference of before and after. And I think if they just try and focus on that, that little baby step would be enough for
Correct.
for us to get more people to meditate and follow
Yeah.
more of yogic lifestyle.
Yes. Nowadays universities around the world are recommending people to meditate. So I think this is for intelligent people. Intelligent people pick it up. And people with little prejudice, they'll take their own time. And after some time, they will also do it. But I would say someone with an open mind is always ready to try anything that is rational, anything that makes sense, anything that is beneficial for human life. This is all what we need to do. See, there are, as I said, there are a number of techniques from ancient times which people used to sit for hours together and meditate. Everything, every technique has its own, you know, value. But what is best suitable for today when someone has so much responsibility on head, their life is so busy or to do so many things? Keeping all this in mind, I've been guiding on these meditations. Some ancient, some new. Life is a combination of old and new. See, things need to be very authentic. Authentic and a combination of old and new is what is needed today. Life is like a tree, where the leaves and shoots are new and the roots are old, right? Like that, I think young people are taking now these things very seriously without much prejudice, and they're really enjoying. Their lives are really being transformed. Yeah.
I think also, the problem is that you have a lot of, we go to school, we learn so much, we study so much, we spend 18, 20 years, sometimes more, sometimes less, going to the best schools, the best universities. In India, we know how much tuition we have to all have, go to school and come back and you still have tuition. But we don't take even 20 minutes or half an hour or 45 minutes a day, be it in the morning, on your mobile phone. So many people I know just put on the mobile phone and respond. It's like a treadmill. Once you start, you don't stop. Nor do they unwind at night to just spend a little bit of time on themselves. And I think if only people realize that they need to just look after themselves a little bit, and it's not much. Quick meditation from Art of Living, or a quick meditation from others, or just simple breathing or relaxation, I think really helps. Even sitting down and breathing and shutting your eyes would help. I think the other thing is that because God has made us such um, emotional and intelligent human beings, that a lot of people also find that, oh, meditation, I don't need it. I'm too intelligent. And I have a lot of that around me, and I'm sure you do as well. And Gurudev, you know better than I. There are experiments to talk about vibration. So when people say, "Oh, I don't believe in this," I say, "Do you believe that the Earth goes around?" They said, "Yes, we know that." I said, "Do you believe that the Earth is vibration?" "Yes." "Why do you walk on mud and sand, and why do you feel different when you walk on grass?" Because you connect more with the earth, so you're an energy body. Yes, we understand that, but then why don't you understand meditation? And now I say to them that, listen, even in NASA, they send messages, and it's proven, okay, even there, that they get a better quality of life and a better mindset and everything.
Correct, correct, correct. No, people with prejudice take little longer. When we started 40 years ago, you don't know how much prejudice people had towards meditation. But today, I tell you, that's not there. It's not there at all. It's in some pockets, it could be there, but people are understanding today. They know the value of it. And if they know not, you will see in couple of years, they will get to know more. See, yoga
I mean,
was such. Now that when United Nations declared 4 years back, International Yoga Day, now we taught yoga and meditation in United Nations. The Secretary General said this is much more needed. When I led him through meditation, he said, Gurudev, this is needed before every one of our negotiations. We do so many negotiations. So similarly, whether European Parliament or business homes, uh, top business in the world, today they have all adopted meals and meditation together. So there will be few people who are cynical, but we don't need to worry about them. We keep smiling, and then one day they'll take it. Okay?
right. And I think, it's incredible. And I'm really grateful to the Prime Minister to have Yoga Day. I
Correct.
think for all of you who have inspired us, yourself and several of the previous seers and gurus and everyone. I think it's a blessing to have Yoga Day and to see that yoga really has gone from door to door and shore to shore, and I think the current situation of COVID, again, if you look at it, there are many negatives, but we don't choose to look at the negatives. Yes, we know the negatives. We all help the migrant workers and the daily wage workers. And we all know that in India, it's difficult to get a glass of clean water or a square meal. 700 million people don't get a square meal in India. And we all try and do our best. But I think one of the benefits, or one of the things which COVID has taught a lot of people, and I'm pleasantly surprised and I'm happy that I hear it, is they say, oh, we can hear birds chirping, which we didn't chirp. We see dolphins swimming where we never saw them swim. We're connecting with ourselves more. We're going within, getting healthier. So I think nature has pushed us back to say, listen, the world is round. You as human beings are not the only people in this planet. It's time you respect the animals, the birds.
Care for the planet.
Respect yourselves.
Correct.
We've lost respect for each other as human beings. We go by what a person looks like.
Correct.
We go by what a person wears. We go by what a person has or does not have. We prefer to look outside as opposed to looking in.
Correct.
And, as long as we just begin to just appreciate a person for whatever he or she is, whatever they wear or don't wear or have or don't have or look or don't look like.
This is the first point in Art of Living we teach. First point, accept people's situation as they are. This is very important. Right. What you're talking is very important. Well, that's so nice, Ness. Give your mother my greetings and all my love and best wishes for you.
Gurudev, it is my, like I said, a pleasure, privilege.
Namaste.
It's an honor. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you in person one day and come to your lovely ashram. I just want to say on behalf of humanity, thank you for doing what you do, the art of living. For everyone who's watching, I know you've helped people in Colombia, in jails. We never got a chance to talk. One day, if you have more time, I'd love to come back and talk more. It seems that 40 minutes has just passed like 4 minutes, but it is my pleasure, it is my privilege. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Are you going to have a meditation with us, or?
In a few minutes, we'll start the meditation.
Thank you so much. I'll join if you don't mind. Hari Om.